All right, hello, this is Jeff Scott, and I'm attempting right now to do the last lecture for the spring 2023 AWD1115 Database-Driven Website Development 2 class. I'm going to try to go over Chapter 17 right now, and I'm going to attempt to deploy an ASP.NET app. All right, now if you want to, I made an optional last assignment where you can go in and try to deploy one yourselves, either the one I'm doing now or any one you'd like to try to deploy, but it should be one with a database. All right, Evan had his students do this as a last project, and then he also asked them to go in and create a little demo on what they were doing. You don't have to do that, but if you're looking to score some extra points, if you're behind or whatever, okay, then that's something that you may want to consider doing. Okay. Now, I would recommend that if you have any problems, that rather than using what I'm about to go through, you use Evans, which is how to deploy an ASP.NET Core MVC app with a database to Azure. It's almost 36 minutes long, and this right here, there is the place where it is. So it's out on YouTube, and you can see it right there. I'm going to try to go through the same stuff here, see if I can get this to work. No guarantees, but we'll see what happens. All right. So I'm going to try to use the one that we used at the end of Chapter 16, which had authentication and authorization in it. All right. So this was the one that when you ran it, I believe, and we'll find out real quick, I believe that in here, when we went to log in, I think we had an admin and an admin 123. And when we log in, we're shown admin. And when we manage our users, we have an admin in there. We also have a goodbye world, a Jeffrey P, a hello world. All right, so I'm just going to leave those for lack of better words. I'll shut this down right here. All right, and I wanted to see one last thing here. And that is if I go out to my program. Okay, and let's see, register. All right, let's quickly check our app settings.json, and we do have currently a database called Bookstore, but that's a local database on our own machine. So that's the database that you see right here, Bookstore. All right, so I'm just going to start. We'll see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do, again, I based mine off of Evans. Not going to, he did some things I'm not going to do. I probably am doing a couple things he didn't do. But I'm going to go out to the following URL. All right, and that URL is azure.microsoft.com/en-us/free/students. So azure.microsoft.com/en-us/free/students. And it's an HTTPS. So let's start by going out there. Again, this may or may not work. Okay. So that brings me to here. Build in the cloud free with Azure for students. Okay. Now, in order to do this, you have to register, and you have to register on Azure using the same login password that you have in your project. So if you brought your project up, all right, so if you've got that project up, all right, that meaning this CH16 core authentication, all right, if you have that up, then what I'd like you to do is with that project up is to go to File and go down to Account Settings. All right, and then my clock is going in the background, so let me stop it for just a second here. All right. So it says I'm logged in right now with my JP Scott at Rankin, which is what I would have expected right there, okay? All right. So I'm going to close, and like I said, we'll see if this works. All right. So I'm going to go over and where I just was on here on this azure.microsoft.com/en-us/students, I'm going to click the Start Free button. And not good. Incorrect account type. You have signed in with an incorrect account type. Please sign out and sign back in by selecting your personal account when prompted. All right, well, let's try that then. Sign in with a separate Microsoft account. This says which account you want to sign out of. Well, I guess it'd be that one. Hang on a moment while we sign you out. It says now we're having trouble signing you out, or head back to signup.azure.com. I don't even know if I've got another account. All right. But I've got here sign in like this. Next. Now, I'm going to try this personal account and see if that one works. All right. Of course, I don't know what the password is offhand, so I'm going to go to sign in. All right. And I'll say stay signed in. Yes. Let's see if this one works. Okay. It says I'm in like that. All right. Now it wants to give me something in here. All right. It says a text or phone will help us make sure that it's you. All right. So let me, don't like doing that. That is my phone number, but let's see. And it says that $959-996. 959-996. Verify the code. All right. My school email address is jpscott@rankin.edu, and I'm going to put it in again. Okay. Next. I understand that Microsoft may contact me. Guess I have to agree here. Okay, let's see what this does. Verification has been sent to the school email you provided. Please provide the instructions. I don't want this. And I'm not getting anything. I'm going to check in my junk email, but I don't think it's there either. Nothing there. Well, I have not been sent anything here. So it will not let me verify my status until I do that. Maybe that's it. Well, this isn't very good. Click on that link, see what happens. Follow the instructions. Well, it's kind of hard to follow the instructions when they're written so small. Look at that. All right, to complete this, please click the link below. The link will automatically expire if not used like in 5 minutes. After clicking it, your verification status will be confirmed and you will be returned to the site. Which, as you can see, is not happening. Well, let's try grabbing the entire thing that's here. Wow. Copying that to the clipboard. Putting that in here. And hitting enter. Of course, invalid signature. Fantastic. Well, we delivered a code to your phone. Verify code. I did not receive a code. That does none of those make any sense. Sent, please follow. I did all that. Again, school email address. I've already done this. I don't have any idea what my 25-digit verification code is. I don't think it was included in the email. Well, that time it let me go to it. So. did this before, and I agreed to accept the terms. Confirming my account. All right, this is, I think, where I want to go because I want to go to portal.azure.com, and that's where I am. That's where I want to go. All right, yours may look totally different when you do this. When you go in, you may be asked to log in a different way, etc. All right, so that's all good. I'm going to see now if I can get in and start to deploy this thing. So let me go back. And I've got this open. And the way that you do this, let me close everything. I don't see a reason to have anything open here. All right. Like I said, I'm just going to close as much of this as I possibly can. All right. And I'm going to go in and do a build and go to Publish Bookstore. Now it comes up here and it says, what do you want to publish today? All right. And I'm going to click the button here that says Add Azure Publish Your Application and click Next. All right. And now it says, what do you want? Well, we're using Windows, so that would make sense to use Azure App Services Windows and click Next. All right. Now it comes up and it says, basically, what do we want to do here? All right. And you'll see that it says create a new instance here, and it says create a new Azure app service, and that's the one that we have to choose. All right. Now, this is going to be the name that eventually is going to be part of our URL. So I'm going to change this. Notice it has the date and the time in it. I don't want that. Bookstore, I'm sure, is not available. All right. And I'm going to call mine Jeffrey P. Bookstore. All right. Jeffrey P. Bookstore. Now, hopefully with yours, I've got a pay-as-you-go subscription name. I don't like that. So I might end up getting charged for this. You should have a free one when you bring yours up. But I'm going to leave everything else here. And I'm going to click the button that says Create. Now, this may take a bit. It may go fairly fast. Depends on your internet connection and a few other things. But I played around with this a little bit, and sometimes it almost goes like that. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. Now, eventually, if this works, we should get a thing here that says Finish. We are not done, though. Nothing has been deployed. There's still some more stuff that we're going to have to do, just so you know that. All right, so it came up, and everything actually does look good right now. Okay, so I'm going to click Finish. Again, nothing has yet been deployed. Now, if we are not, but if we were trying to deploy a database, publish it to the internet, let me say this again. If we had a project that we were trying to deploy to Azure that did not have a database, I want to say that one more time. If we had a project that we wanted to deploy out to the internet, to Microsoft Azure, which is kind of Microsoft on the cloud, we'd click the Publish button right now. We don't want to do that, and we don't want to do that because we do have a database. All right, and I think it's around page, it's like page 717 or something. they start talking about service dependencies. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to click here where it says app service. This is interesting. I'm here, 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 and here. This is not the way that it worked for Evan. But I'm going to click automatically close when succeeded, and I'll click close. Again, we're not done. I haven't told it anything about the database or anything else. You'll notice, though, it says ready to publish, and there is a publish. But we have to come in here, and we have to let it know about our database now. So I'm going to click this plus sign that says add new service dependency right there. And there's a bunch of them in here. We want I think it's Azure SQL, but we'll filter here by typing in SQL, SQL, and there's Azure SQL database. All right, that's what we want. And it says intelligent, scalable cloud database and a bunch of other stuff. All right. So we'll click next. All right. And now it asks a few things. Again, yours should say something like subscription 1 in it or something along those lines. My hope is that it does. Again, if I have to pay for mine, then I have to pay for mine. I don't really care, to be honest, at this point. All right. I'm going to come in here and let's see. Well, we want to click on this. And I'm going to click on create new right here. Okay. And it asks for the name of our database. Okay. I'm going to leave all of everything that's in here. I'm just going to leave all the defaults. All right. But when I get down to here, it needs an administrator username right there. All right. So this resource group, notice I could add a new one. All right. And I could for the server too. In fact, it says it requires a server. So let's click here. Nope. Let's click new. All right. And well, I want to basically see, is there a down arrow here? It says name is not available. Please choose another. So I'm going to change this to Jeffrey P. Bookstore server. Hopefully that will be available. It looks like it is. This all has to be in lowercase. For the administrator name, I'm going to put Jeffrey P. in there. For the password, and I got to put it in again. All right. And I'm going to click OK here. Now you'll notice it already put my name and my stuff in here. And it's got the name in here. So that all worked. So I'm going to click create again. And again, this may come fairly quickly. This may take a while. But eventually I should get something back. Again, when you do yours, follow Evan's steps. He doesn't have a pay-as-you-go like I do. All right, so yours will look a little bit different. I just want to show you, prove to myself, hopefully, that I can go through and do this. Okay. So you'll notice it's spinning and it's saying right now, creating Azure SQL database. All right, I have no idea whatsoever if this is going to work or not work. And again, when Evan did his, I don't know how long it took because he paused the tape and then started it up again when it came back. I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to leave this in here. My hope is that it takes no more than a few minutes, but if it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. I had written this down using steps from a combination of the book and what Evan did, and I had 8 steps, and I'm in the middle of step 6 right now. So again, we'll see. If this takes more than a couple more minutes, then what I will do is I will pause the video and start it back up again when this comes back, hopefully when it comes back. All right, it's back. So let's see what we have here. Far as I can tell, everything here looks good. All right. So what is this? This is create a new database. We don't have to create a database. We should be able to go to next here. All right, now it's asking for a connection string. So it doesn't like that. Can I change it back to what it was, which was just connection string? There. I'll leave it at connection string. Database connection username. Well, that was mine that I just put in there. Don't forget this password or you could be SOOL. All right. I'm going to do a next and see if it takes this. Change is about to being configured. That should be good. I'm going to click finish. It's connecting, as you can see. It's doing a bunch of stuff. It says that my Azure database was configured. All right. And again, I will tell it to automatically close when everything is succeeded. And if it doesn't, because I clicked that too late, I'll click the close button myself. I have now gone through the 7 of the 8 steps. So we'll see. Or I guess, I'm sorry, at the end of my 6th step. So try to click close here. Hopefully that didn't hurt anything. Now I want to go to more actions here, and I want to go to edit. If you look here, this should be the URL that I get if this works. I'm not there yet, but it should be https://jeffreypbookstore.azurewebsites.net. Just to make sure, I don't want to do anything to possibly hurt this. So that's what it should be if everything works in just a few minutes. Okay. Now, again, I want to come here, more actions, and edit. Okay. Then from what's here, if you watch Evan's tape, there was a lot of stuff that came up in here. This spun for a while, as you can see right here. And his actually failed. He went back and rebuilt the project and then it worked. Okay, so under databases right here, we want to use the connection string at runtime. We want this one. There's one here and there's one here. This is a local one. We want to use the one that starts with data source. Under our entity migrations, all right, I'm again going to just check right there and I'm going to say save. Oops. All right, and I'm going to try to click publish and see what happens. Now I'm going to bring this up because as it's publishing, it'll probably show some stuff in here. And ideally, I'm not going to get any errors. If I get an error, I'm kind of hosed. Like I said, watch Evans. I'm showing you the way I'm doing it. It won't be exactly the same as the way that he did it. Ideally, at least, we're going to end up having the same thing in the end. All right, in that I'll have mine out there just like his will be. All right, build started. It's got down here publish started. I think I should have used my other rank and account, and I think that's the reason I had to do more than Evan did in his. So that's on me, and that's okay. Still going, it looks like. It says publish succeeded. All right. Now it says installation of website extension in progress, restarting the web app. So if you look out here, I'm at Jeffrey P. Bookstore at azurewebsites.net. Ideally, this is going to come up and it's going to have the last one that we worked on. There it is. So let's look. Let's see what it remembered, if anything. So I'm going to go here to login and I'm going to go to admin. And I believe this was admin 123. I could be wrong though. Okay, it doesn't like that. Well, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can register a user. Okay, and the username, I'm going to put my entire name in there. Jeffrey Paul Scott. First name is Jeff, last name is Scott. Email will be jpscott@rankin.edu. The password, well, let's see if I'm registered. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to log out and I'm going to log back in again with what I just put in. And according to this, I'm logged in. So I should be able to see the books. I should be able to see the authors. But notice if I click on a book, okay, I can't, it's not like I can go anywhere. And if I log out and I go to books and I try to click on an add to cart, it should push me back to where I have to log in again. That's good. All right. And I don't know. Nope. have been able to get it here. All right. I'd like to be able to see whether or not I can do anything in here with an admin, but I don't remember. Let's see if I can bring this back up. I don't know if I put in an admin in here or not. And I'm trying to remember where we had that. Other extension methods, DTOs, start item, data layer, configuration, configure. Yeah, we didn't add any users or anything in here. Okay, so we didn't put any new users in. I'm going to try one more time. Nope. Doesn't like that either. And it didn't like, I don't believe this. Let me try this. Let's see if I can log in as. Okay, it's got me an invalid user. So it doesn't appear as if anything was in here. I'd have to do some work. I'd have to go back in and seed to try to get an admin user. But the good news is, hopefully at least, what you noticed is now, if I do go out to here, you can go out to Jeffrey P. Bookstore at azurewebsites.net. And just as Evan did, and I'm going to do the same thing here, and that is I'm going out on my phone right now. I realize you can't see this, but I'm going out to Jeffrey P. Bookstore dot azurewebsites.net. And it's telling me my connection is not private, and so it's not letting me do this. And let's see, back to safety, advanced. What if we go to advanced? Yep, and I'm there. Tuxedo Books. I know you can't see it. And also it looks kind of nice just because of the fact that it is, since we used Bootstrap, it's set up for a phone. All right, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, that's what I have. Again, please everybody fill out your eval forms. All right, I'm going to try to grade this afternoon and get as much stuff out there as fast as I possibly can. It's been a pleasure having all of you in class. Good luck in the future. Please, if you haven't done so already, register with the Rankin Connection. All right, and please set up a LinkedIn account if you have not already. And if you don't mind, if you get a job, and hopefully you're going to get one soon, just send me an email and let me know what's going on. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.